So, Ace Austin has been Impact Wrestling's MVP for the last couple of months, especially over the course of the pandemic, and hell, even before it. When I first saw Ace Austin in MLW, Major League Wrestling, and I immediately noticed his gimmick was that he was basically Gambit from the X-Men. Now, usually cosplay gimmicks are really cringy, but he was pretty generic. He didn't really have much to him other than he kind of stole Gambit's swag a little bit with, the coat and the staff and the playing cards. But that was about it. He was mostly just a pasty, skinny, very young kid at the time. I think he might have been 22 at the time. He's only like 23 now. So he's very young. But he was really skinny, did a bunch of flips, didn't do much of anything in MLW, which is usually MLW because, they offer a pretty good platform for young wrestlers, but they don't really do that much in terms of developing characters and personalities. So Ace Austin really got a chance to do that in Impact when he went to Impact. He jumped to Impact in 2019, where he kind of stayed on that that sort of lane of just being a guy, and then he started to gain some personality. And around the time he won the X Division title, he kind of just was started becoming what he is now, which is basically this scumbag. He's just like he's an absolute scumbag. But it's taking parts of it's still along the same lines of the Gambit magician type of character, where he is, he was trying to bang Eddie Edwards' wife, and which led to all these great skits of him trying to seduce Eddie Edwards' wife with Reno Scum, who are two of the worst guys probably in the business. They're really, really bad. Like, they suck so bad. But they play good henchmen for Ace Austin. And there was so many cool vignettes, like, the one the one on the beach where he was pretending to defend her and he beat up Reno Scum by himself. When they of course Eddie Edwards' wife didn't know that Reno Scum worked for him. There were other, segments like that were really funny, and I thought they were interesting. And it's very rare that I actually care about anybody who shows up on the Impact Wrestling screen. Very, very rare. Like, I watch Impact because I watch wrestling. So, it's like Tuesday. What else is on? But I actually genuinely enjoy watching him work. He had some really good matches with Tessa Blanchard, and I hate intergender wrestling. I absolutely hate it. But he had a champion versus champion match with Tessa Blanchard a couple of months ago, I think. It was definitely before the pandemic hit, because Tessa hasn't been on TV since. So that was a badass match, man. He had some pretty good matches with Willie Mack. He had some pretty good matches with Trey from the Rascals. The three very skinny kids. Like, he's got like a little Ricochet. Like, I'm talking like, Ricochet is thin, but Trey is like little Ricochet. Like, he's like thinner than Ricochet. He's smaller than Ricochet too. But they had some pretty good matches, and he's actually able to bring out some intensity in Trey, because the storyline was he was trying to bang Trey's mom, because Trey had a decent looking mama. And the scumbag character of of Ace Austin wanted to have sex with Trey's mom. And then they did a cool story where Willie Mack was chasing him for the title, and he had Reno Scum beat up Rich Swann, who was injured. They went to Rich Swann's house and beat him up. So I thought that was pretty cool too. And you get to see all of this stuff, as far as they've been slowly but surely building Ace Austin, even though he hasn't been in the center of everything, because he's not the champion. He's not even X Division champion anymore. But he's just kind of been on a slow incline compared to everybody else, because Moose is just doing what Moose does, and Michael Elgin does what Michael Elgin does. But the only person that seems to have a consistent story that is going upwards is Ace Austin, and he didn't need to win the X Division title 100 times. One good run was enough. And it seems like he's really on his way up now. I really enjoy his matches. I really enjoy his character now, how his character has been fleshed out. They kind of got. I don't see the staff as often. The Gambit staff. I don't see it that often anymore. I think he still has it, but I don't think he uses it that often. He uses the playing card, which is it's a simple gimmick, and usually the simpler the gimmick, the better. He uses the playing cards as a weapon. He basically uses it as a razor, even though so theoretically it's supposed to be sharp. So he kind of like uses it to gouge people's eyes and things like that, which is I guess that's cool. But I really hope that Ace Austin and people who are watching Impact, please watch Impact. somebody. I don't want, I don't want to just make Impact videos and nobody actually cares about them. But I really enjoy watching Ace Austin work, and I hope that he actually gets, further along. Now, is he the world champion ready? Well, it's Impact, so if a woman could be world champion, well, I shouldn't say that, but it's Impact. Chris Sabin was the world champion. That's better. Okay, so that's more politically correct. Chris Sabin was the world champion of TNA / Impact. So why shouldn't Ace Austin be? He's really good. I mean, the only problem I would have is he's a little too young, but he's really good. He's really good at his job, and that's what matters really. And I think if Impact wanted to make him the franchise player, especially before somebody with more money decides to throw more money at him, you need to lock him down. Make him your centerpiece character, because I like him, and I think I would watch Impact just to watch him at this point. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.